everyone. I am Abhishek from Banaraman Institute of Technology, and the project presenting here is Cloud Misconfiguration Security Scanner, also known as CSPM. As you know, cloud misconfiguration remains one of the leading causes of breaches, while WASP listed misconfiguration in its top 5 risk. Internet exposed resources are often probed within a minute of deployment, making early detection critical. So we developed a lightweight CSPM which actually works on multi-cloud environment like Azure, GCP, AWS, and GitHub, which actually scan the resources there like compute identity and access management, network, storage, governance, and monitoring. So this actually get the overall misconfiguration result from there by comparing with the rule engine which developed using CIS and NIST framework, and also give the remediation step over there to fix that one misconfiguration. Here this is the security dashboard which contains the security overview of our overall cloud status. So I just deployed this cloud instance in my cloud environment. You can see the vulnerability distribution and the complaints code is actually based upon the open source standards and frameworks like ISO, SOC 2, and everything. So here the cloud status and other thread monitoring stuff and even timeline and the asset rate here. In the cloud scan you can find what are the misconfiguration that actually get from the cloud. So here for example if you are seeing ensure S3 bucket wanted to be publicly not available, so the remediation step showing that remove the public access from that, and also here the tag to find easily what the resource, and you can also download this report for external purposes. And here is the complaint status. Here what I mentioned before, like it containing the overall complaints management, that while completing the misconfiguration of the cloud, the percentage where here will be increased, and these complaints will help us to grow our company. And this is also helpful for some moments. And this is the security policy. Here the security policy is actually the rule engine. So these are the default rules that we done according to the CIS and NIST and some open source benchmark datasets, and we done this using in back end. And we can also add the policies here in the JSON format. And this is a security report. We can download here whatever format we needed, like weekly security report or whatever we wanted to be downloaded from here. This IAM for managing this console, and the cloud config is just for configuring the cloud into this Atlas CSPM. And the CSPM actually developed it top up on the CLI layer. So the CLI actually automate everything, like automatically scan the cloud environment and aggregate aggregate here the information. So want to manual checking, CLI is needed, so I'm just getting into CLI part. So this is actually the CLI part of that. Here also we can get some scan overview, detailed summary, and everything. This scan automatically 10 minutes and get the data consistently. The same table will show again and again up to updated values. So here some comments are there. You can find the cloud configuration. You can also configure. Here also cloud scan is here. So I'm just getting into the one. I'm already configured AWS into this environment. I'm just going to scan the AWS from here. Here you can find storage identity computer as mentioned earlier. I'm just going to scan, and also there's an option called scan all. I'm just giving storage by now. I'm just scanning the storage. It will take something like 1 or 2 seconds to get all information from the cloud. Yeah, here you can find some policy checks. For example, policy is not implemented and the encryption is not done, the public access is not, and everything is get failed. Here you're gonna find the scoring mechanism here to get the complaint status. For example, total resources, so non-complaint score, complaint score, and low warning score. So by completing this, the score will increase. Let me demonstrate that. Here you can see the resource name. So I'm getting the same resource. I'm getting into this one to find the vulnerability. Here that actually mentioned the publicly accessible, and there is no policy. So I'm just editing this to block all the public access. This is actually done. Next, I'll save everything here, and the policy also done. So let me check in the CSPM. So here I'm choosing cloud scan AWS storage. So let me check if the status has been updated here. Yeah, the status actually updated here. For example, here the policy has been updated, so it's showing pass, and public access also restricted. So before we have complaint status like 48%. Now we check. Here you can see the complaint status is actually increased to 53%, and the critical vulnerability in the computer storage is actually changed to 1 and compared to the before one. So this is actually very useful for us to finding misconfiguration in the cloud, and also we can do export CSV to export this report. We may get like this report, the overall scan report, and this is the rule engine that we done for backend. For example, if you get EC policy, you can find the remediation steps are actually given above, and the rule logics are given in the down. So likewise, this actually going to scan the whole environment and compare the CIS and NIST framework related rule and get out the values. So this actually developer modular, so we can integrate to the CI/CD pipelines and find IAC related vulnerabilities before getting the deployment, and also this is actually developed, this actually having the detection coverage of overall cloud resources and false positive, and also detection latency also low, and the compliance latency is very well in here is one. And here is one option, you can also scan all the resources over here. This also take within 2 or 3 seconds to find. Here can I see like category S3 IAM and also EC2 instance. So it's going to scan overall your cloud instance and get what are the resources are there, and it's actually compare with the CSPM like CIS and NIST framework to aggregate what are the misconfiguration there. So it can also auto scan. So this auto scan result within 10 minutes. So it's also customizable, and this everything is been updated into the GUI once after everything has been completed. So thank you.